Hello, soul family. Welcome to Spiritual Manifestation. If this is your first time, welcome in. And if you've been here before, I'm so glad to have you home. Today, we're tuning into a love message directly from your person's heart space. There's a lot they haven't been able to say out loud, so we're going to let Spirit do the talking. I'll be pulling from the deck in real time, and we're going to uncover how they're truly feeling, how they're seeing you and this connection right now, and any hidden truths that need to come through. You already know the deal. Take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else's journey. But if you've been feeling that energetic pull lately, if you've sensed that they've been thinking about you, maybe even dreaming of you, this message just might be for you. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's pull the first card and open their heart. First card out is the Two of Cups. This is the card of sacred agreements, soul-to-soul recognition, mirrored emotions, mutual longing. And Divine Feminine, as soon as I pulled this, I felt the weight of a promise, one that may not have been said out loud, but was definitely made in the spirit. I'm talking about an agreement between you and this masculine energy, one that transcended words. For some, yes, it might have been an actual conversation, but for most of you, this was something that just clicked, like your souls recognized each other before your minds could even process what was happening. There's this feeling that when you first came together, there was a deep openness between you two. You both had this silent understanding that this was going to be something different, something you couldn't compare to anything in your past. And so there was no pressure, no need to define it, just a shared curiosity and trust in the unfolding. But the truth is that openness, it wasn't casual, it was vulnerable. And once the energy started building between you, nothing could have prepared you for the intensity that followed. The emotions that poured in weren't just soft and sweet, they were loud. There was spiritual intensity. There was this undeniable pull. For some of you, your life started to shift the moment you met them. New opportunities, sudden endings, intuitive downloads, signs from the universe. You may have talked about these things with your person, or you may have kept them close to your chest, but either way, the connection awakened something real. Still, even in all that connection, I'm picking up on something that was never fully said, something that stayed underneath the surface, quietly brewing. And that's where the tension comes in. Because once things started feeling real, once the sacredness of this connection started to settle into the everyday, this masculine changed. It was like a switch flipped. The same person who once matched your energy and mirrored your soul suddenly pulled away. And Divine Feminine, I can feel how much this hurt. You didn't just lose momentum. You lost the sense of safety that came with the bond you thought was mutual. You didn't expect them to walk away from what they spiritually agreed to. You weren't ready for the sudden coldness, the shift in energy, the silence. And the worst part, you had no emotional guard up because you thought you didn't need one. This was someone you trusted deeply, not just someone you were attracted to, but someone you had intimate emotional moments with. You shared parts of yourself that you don't give freely, and now it feels like all of that is just hanging in the air, unresolved, unanswered. There's this rawness in your energy right now, like you're emotionally exposed. Not because you did something wrong, but because you were genuine. You showed up with your full self, and now you're questioning whether that was a mistake. I'm hearing the word unprotected, and that's exactly what it feels like. You weren't guarded, and now you're left holding the pain of someone else's withdrawal. This isn't just confusion, divine feminine. It's disappointment layered with disbelief. What makes this harder is that this isn't someone you viewed casually. This is someone you held with care, someone you might have even envisioned a future with. And while part of you wants to move forward and detach, there's another part, the one still holding that soul agreement, that doesn't know how to let go. You've never waited for anyone. You've never stayed stuck in place for someone like this. But for them, it's different. They're in a category all on their own. This connection has placed a spiritual weight on your heart, one that you can't just brush off. And whether you've admitted it out loud or not, this person still holds space inside of you. That's why this feels so shocking. Because even now, even after all this, you're still trying to figure out what changed. Did they forget what they promised? Do they even realize the way their silence is affecting you? You're not just heartbroken, you're in disbelief. Because this was the move. You really thought this was where spirit was guiding you. You opened your heart and stepped into this with hope, with trust, with everything in you. But somewhere along the way, something shifted, something that you didn't see coming. And now, you're left standing in the silence, trying to understand how something so real could suddenly feel so far away. Next card out is the Seven of Cups, and this fits perfectly. This card is about confusion, illusions, emotional overwhelm, and when I pulled it, I felt it instantly. Your person is lost in their own mind right now. They don't know what's real, what's true, what's imagined, or what's fear-based. And the biggest question they're wrestling with, what if you're not who they thought you were? What if everything they felt was wrong? Divine Feminine, this next message is heavy. So please only take this if it resonates, because this one is intense. What's coming through is a false twin energy. And I want to be very clear. This isn't saying you are a false twin, but that your masculine is wondering if you are. That shift in perspective, it's coming from a place of inner chaos, not clarity. But the truth is, he's confused. And that confusion is making him question something that used to feel unshakable. I'm getting that something shifted recently, and it's making this masculine reevaluate everything he thought he knew. It's not that he didn't believe in the connection. Quite the opposite. He once felt it with absolute certainty. In fact, for many of you, he already identified you as the one, his person, his mirror. But now, the same intensity that made him feel so sure is now making him feel unsettled. And that's where this Seven of Cups energy is creeping in, because his own emotions are beginning to cloud the truth. The wild part is, this energy is mutual. You're both feeling something strange right now, like the connection has been flipped upside down. And while you may be picking up on it as a sudden emotional shift, your person is interpreting it as something much deeper. He's questioning who you are in his life and why he ever felt so drawn to you in the first place. And I want to be clear, this doesn't feel cruel. This isn't about ego or pride. This is vulnerability. He's spiraling, trying to figure out what's real. This masculine has always felt something different when it came to you. He couldn't explain it, and honestly, he never tried to. He just felt it and went with it. But now, because he doesn't understand the way things are unfolding, because he's not in control of the energy or the outcome, he's starting to panic, and his mind is reaching for explanations. False twin? Maybe that feels safer than facing the deeper truth, that the realness of this connection has always scared him. There's something about how open he was with you that's haunting him now. The emotional access he gave you, the spiritual access, it's all hitting him at once. And instead of feeling empowered by that bond, he's questioning it. Not because you did anything wrong, but because he doesn't trust himself to handle it. This energy, it's raw, it's self-reflective. He's looking back at every moment with you and wondering, why did I feel that? What did that mean? Was that love or was that illusion? And again, this is very specific. If it's not your message, don't try to fit it. But if you're feeling a heavy blank space between you and this person lately, if it feels like their energy is distant and unsure, it's because they're deep in their own internal world, asking all the hard questions. Not just about you, but about themselves, about love, about soul bonds, about whether or not this was real or just something they wanted to be real. But Spirit's showing me something powerful here too. The very fact that he's questioning this is revealing something about his own journey. Because this connection has forced him to confront himself, and now he's trying to trace the path back. What made him believe in this? What drew him to you so deeply? He's trying to make sense of something that was never meant to be logical. And in doing that, he's mistaking spiritual intensity for spiritual misalignment. So yes, this is vulnerable, and yes, it's confusing, but it's not coming from a cold place. It's coming from someone who is emotionally overwhelmed by the weight of their own feelings, someone who doesn't know how to hold what this connection truly is. So they're trying to label it, define it, contain it, even if that means convincing themselves that maybe, just maybe, they were wrong. The next card we have here is the Eight of Swords, and wow, this one makes so much sense. As soon as I pulled this card, the energy hit me in waves. This is the card of emotional restriction, mental fog, and energetic imprisonment. And right now, divine feminine, your masculine is sitting deep in it. He feels stuck, not just in his mind, but in his heart, in his body, in his spirit. And the core of this entire blockage? It's you. Let me explain, because Spirit is being crystal clear. Your energy has shifted, and your masculine feels it on a soul level. This isn't just distance. This isn't just silence. This is a full-on energetic withdrawal that has created a timeline split. And what's wild is he knows it's because of you. But the intensity of what he's feeling now is tied to something deeper, a blocked sacral chakra. And that tells us everything we need to know about what's been going on behind the scenes. See, the sacral chakra is all about emotion, intimacy, creativity, desire. It holds the truth of what we really want in love, not just what we say, but what we call in subconsciously. And the reason it's showing up blocked right now is because something shifted in you. You stopped feeding the connection. You pulled your light back. And when that happened, divine feminine, it triggered a major ripple effect in this masculine spiritual growth. He's being forced to face his emotions in a completely new way, but through someone else's presence. Yes, I'm picking up an external energy here, another person, possibly a feminine energy who's come in as a sort of spiritual mirror. But here's the twist. This isn't a threat. This is an activation. Whoever this person is, their role isn't to replace you. It's to reflect back everything that's been blocked between you two. And this happened because you pulled back, because your energy isn't available to him right now. The universe is delivering those same lessons through other means. And here's what's even more intense. He knows it. He knows this isn't random. That's why this energy feels so specific, so targeted. He's connecting the dots, realizing that the emotional shutdown he's experiencing is connected to something much bigger than just feeling lost. It's connected to the version of you he no longer has access to. He might not fully understand what's happening, but he knows you're at the center of it. And that realization, it's got him spiraling. He's pulling on your energy so much right now, even if it's quiet, especially because it's quiet. Your silence is loud to him, divine feminine. It's not just the lack of words, it's the absence of your warmth. He's noticing how your energy used to surround him, lift him, guide him. And now, it's like he can't find it anywhere. He's starting to understand that he can't just return to you. There's a process, a clearing that must happen first. What's wild is that this masculine has always believed that you were this powerful spiritual force. But now he's seeing that in ways he never expected. He's seeing how real your energy is, how much it impacted his world. And that's why he's starting to feel like everything is being held just out of reach. Because it's not about the physical anymore. It's about healing what's within him before he can reconnect with what's sacred in you. I'm also getting that this whole process is creating a strange kind of emotional disconnection between you two. Not because the bond is gone, but because certain parts of his journey now belong only to him. There are lessons he has to learn without you, and that's confusing the hell out of him. Because even though your souls are connected, there's this invisible wall between you, and he doesn't know how to tear it down. He senses your energy fading in and out, cloaked, protected, and it's messing with his perception of reality. This is the kind of energy that makes someone start blaming the divine feminine, even if they don't want to. Because nothing in their life ever felt like this until you. And that's exactly what's happening now. He's beginning to associate the chaos, the lessons, the breakdowns with your arrival in his life. But that's the thing. He doesn't see yet that it's all happening for him, not because of you. Right now, Spirit is showing me he's in the company of someone who was sent, a guide in disguise. Someone whose purpose is to reflect back the truth he's not willing to see yet. And until he integrates this lesson fully, until he clears this deep emotional blockage, he can't come toward you. Not in the way he wants to. Not in the way he knows you deserve. Now, the next card I just pulled is the Sun and Divine Feminine. This is so aligned with what's coming through. The sun doesn't just shine light, it exposes, it brings warmth, truth, clarity. And that's exactly what's happening in your connection right now. Spirit is not holding anything back anymore. There are no more secrets. And for this masculine, the light is almost too bright. Because what's being revealed, it's you, your essence, your energy, your power. You and your person have officially entered one of the most triggering phases of this soul bond, the part where illusions dissolve and spirit brings everything into the open. But what's wild is that this exposure, it's not about their past. It's not about karmic ties. It's about you and the truth of what you carry. This masculine is being shown very clearly that you are not just another person who passed through their life. You are a different kind of feminine, the kind that shifts timelines, the kind that walks with spiritual weight, and the spirit is making sure they finally see it. What's coming through so strongly is this sense that your masculine once doubted whether you understood your role in this connection, whether you realized how much power you hold. But now they're seeing that you knew the whole time. You've been aware of your purpose. You've known who you are. You've walked with quiet divinity. And that's what's shaking them. Because the illusion they held, that you were unaware, unawakened, maybe even naive, is being destroyed. Spirit keeps giving me the word goddess, and that's exactly what you are in this masculine's eyes now. Whether he said it out loud or not, every time he's near you, he feels it. That pull to provide, to impress, to rise. There's something in your frequency that makes him feel like he's being measured, not by you directly, but by the standards your energy carries. And it's subtle. It's not that you're asking for anything. It's that your very existence demands reverence. What's fascinating is that every interaction you've had with this person, every call, every visit, every glance, has meant more to him than you realize. Because deep down, he feels like he's constantly being called to prove himself. Not because you're pressuring him, but because you activate something sacred in him, his masculinity, his desire to lead, to provide, to protect. And when he shows up for you, it's never random. It's always with an offering, physical or emotional, a gift, a kind word, an invitation, a gesture, anything to let you know he's showing up intentionally. But there's a shadow to that too, because when he feels like what he has to offer isn't enough, when he feels like he can't match your energy, he pulls away, silently, subconsciously. You might not even notice it, but it happens. He retreats, he delays. Not because he doesn't want you, but because he feels like you deserve more than what he's capable of giving. And even if you tell him otherwise, even if you'd be happy with less, his soul doesn't agree. His soul knows better. His soul knows who you are. This is why, when that energetic agreement between you two started to feel broken, everything shifted. The push-pull dynamic, the overthinking, the confusion, it's all tied to this deeper truth. Your higher self refuses to let this connection continue without full alignment. And so now, even if you're saying one thing on the surface, your soul is standing firm. It's saying, I won't accept less. Not this time. Not with him. And this is rocking your masculine to the core. Because for the first time in his life, he's encountering a feminine energy that isn't just beautiful or loving, but divinely sourced. Someone who moves with sacred standards without needing to explain them. Someone whose very presence shifts the way he sees himself. The universe is exposing him to the truth of what this connection is meant to be, and who he's meant to become if he wants to stand beside you. So now he's left questioning everything. Not in a negative way, but in a reverent way. It's like he's going back over every moment, every word, every touch, realizing how much of it he misunderstood, how much of it he underestimated. And what he's discovering is humbling. He's not just seeing you differently, he's seeing himself differently through your light. And that changes everything. The next card out is the Knight of Cups. And this couldn't be more perfect for what's coming through right now. The Knight of Cups is the energy of someone who's on a mission to express what's been sitting in their heart for far too long. But here's the twist. What they want to say, they're still not saying out loud. This is the quiet part of the connection speaking. The energy that's been buried deep underneath every delay, every silence, every not yet. Because what your person is truly feeling is this: I want more from you. And what's so powerful about this card is that it reflects both of you. It's dual, mirror energy. Because Divine Feminine, whether you've said it or not, you've wanted more too. But instead of chasing that desire, you did something incredibly rare. You pulled back. You stopped feeding the connection. You stopped trying to be the one to keep it alive. And that one decision, it shifted everything. It's what brought this entire timeline to where it is right now. Your detachment wasn't passive, it was intentional. You knew what you wanted from this person. You set your intention energetically, and then you stepped back, letting the universe show you how this masculine would respond. And here's the thing, they're responding, just not in the way you might have expected. Because while they're not reaching out directly, they are feeling it deeply. They're feeling the loss of your light. The difference between when you're energetically present versus when you're not is hitting them hard. This whole reading has been Spirit saying the quiet part out loud, and this message is no exception. Your masculine wants more of you, but they also don't fully understand how to hold your energy. And instead of owning that, they're going through this strange process of questioning the connection altogether. They're wondering if what they felt was real. They're wondering if they were wrong. But that's only happening because they're being forced to grow without your direct help. There's someone else in their life right now, an external energy that's helping them heal something internal. And it's not threatening. It's not romantic in the way we sometimes fear. It's divine. It's orchestrated. Because you're not meant to be involved in this part of their healing. Your role is sacred. You don't touch every part of their journey because your energy is too protected for that. So Spirit uses other people to bring the lessons that still lead back to you. And this is exactly why your person feels that inner pull right now. Their energy is swirling between admiration, confusion, frustration, and yearning. 1 minute they're craving your presence. The next they're angry that you're not there. But what they don't see is that you've already done your part. And your detachment is the very thing creating movement in this story. You're not stuck. They are. And the more you pull your energy back, the more they're forced to ask the real questions. This card is showing us that they're feeling the difference between then and now. They remember how it felt to have your energy fully wrapped around them. And now that it's gone, or at least distant, it's hitting them harder than they ever expected. That emptiness, that ache, that desire to reach out but not knowing how, that's the Knight of Cups energy, wanting more but unsure how to move forward without messing it all up. What's powerful here is that you're showing them what it means to stand in your divine truth. You're not begging for connection. You're not explaining your worth. You're not negotiating your value. Your higher self is leading, and the universe is responding in your favor. Even if it looks messy right now, every step of this process is happening in divine order. Timelines are shifting, cycles are closing, and you're being honored. Your masculine may not have the words yet, but they feel it. The shift, the loss, the longing, and that deep soul-level respect for the way you never let them pull you out of your energy. That's the real impact you've had. That's why they want more. That's why they're restless. That's why they're quietly trying to figure out how to find their way back to you without losing themselves in the process. To close this energy, the final card we have is the High Priestess. And that's so incredibly powerful, divine feminine. Because this card doesn't speak loudly, it whispers. It doesn't explain itself, it simply knows. And that's what this entire connection is moving into right now, a season of unspoken truth, a chapter where everything that's been hidden, everything that's been buried or left unsaid, is rising to the surface. And this masculine, he's feeling it on every level. The message that's flooding through is raw and direct. Only you can do this to me. And it's coming from a place in him that he usually doesn't let anyone see. This is the version of him that's shaking, that's vulnerable, that's finally starting to realize that the pain, the pressure, the spiritual weight he's carrying all traces back to you. Not in a blaming way, but in reverence, in realization, because there is no one else, no other soul who could shift his entire world the way you have. Right now, he believes you've already made up your mind about him, and that terrifies him, because he feels like he never gave you a fair choice. He knows he was confusing. He knows he left too many things unsaid. And yet, he's terrified that the decision you're about to make, the energetic boundary you're holding, will be permanent. Because even though he was the one who let things spiral, deep down, he still wants the chance to make things right. He just doesn't know if spirit will allow him that chance. This moment in your journey is asking both of you to trust your intuition more than ever before. And Divine Feminine, your intuition has already spoken. You know the sacral blockage in this connection isn't random. You know the space you're feeling right now, the numbness, the confusion, the stillness, is purposeful. Your energy has been cloaked, protected, and it's not because you're lost. It's because you're being led. You're being held in spiritual safety while your person walks through a part of their path that you are not meant to touch. What's so heartbreaking, but also powerful, is that your masculine knows this now too. He knows that his life shifted the moment he encountered you. He knows that everything he's experiencing, every lesson, every closed door, every spiritual test, is connected to your presence. Because you're not just a person to him. You are a timeline, a portal, a mirror. You are the moment that changed everything, and nothing before or after you will ever feel the same again. And still, even in that clarity, he doubts whether you see him clearly. He wants you to know that you're wrong about him, about the assumptions you may be holding, about what he's truly going through. Because the version of himself he's been showing the world is not the version he becomes when he's with you. With you, he's honest, he's bare, he's afraid, he's awakened. You see straight through him, and that's the very reason he's had to step back, to face himself without you holding the mirror. This reading is bringing something full circle. There are things being cleared in your person's life right now that will never again touch your energy. Karmic loops, emotional distortions, false beliefs. All of it is surfacing, and none of it is meant for you to carry. And that's why, even as your masculine questions everything, even as he replays the past and wonders if he misread the signs, he still knows that this separation has divine purpose. Because the Spirit has exposed everything. There are no more shadows, no more pretending, no more silence. And this realization, it's opening the path forward. Whether he says it or not, he's preparing to re-enter your field, to step into the light of your presence again. And this time, he's coming with awareness, with reverence, with the understanding that you are not just love, you are truth. Okay, this feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. If this message resonated with you, be sure to leave a comment below and click the like button to claim this energy and to help me stay aligned with the heart of this collective. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future messages. Thank you for being here, Soul Family. We are also on Patreon. Let's continue this beautiful energy there. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.